All right. I think I have a mic. I think I have a camera. I think I'm live and I have a puppy. So, yeah, yay! I convinced Nash to stay down here by giving him a treat. So, if you hear munching sounds, he is happily chewing on a treat, but he is here. Ta-da, puppy. Welcome to the Sunday stream. I've been really busy in the studio. That's fairly normal, but I actually have some exciting stuff to show you. It's not all secrets, which is always nice. I've been kind of trickling some stuff out on social media the last little bit. I found some killer deals. Well, some of them are over. There was some really cool deals on Amazon for some stuff, but there still is one up for the Brilliant set, which has the holographic mini Fireheart in it. So I'll share that with you guys. Some of the stuff I'm working on, some of it's still kind of secret. I don't want to show all of it. I did peek a sculpture that I'm working on, and no, it is not a medallion. So I'll show you on the screen in a bit. But we will say hi to people streaming in so far. Hello, Andrea. Good morning. Welcome. Krista, hello. How's it going? So I have coffee. Hopefully my brain works a little bit better today. I also found, you guys will laugh, a random ear on my floor. I have zero idea who this belongs to or when it was lost, but it's an ear. Just kind of fun. It happens. It's usually heads and feet, but ears work too. And it's funny that it's the whole ear. It's not even like it's part of an ear. I think I have a sneaking suspicion it belongs to somebody from the bin of abandoned souls, but I think so because it looks like it is not magic sculpt. This looks like maybe the amazing sculpt that I used and tried out a long while back. But yeah, it's got a different feel to it. It's bad when you can tell what kind of, well, bad, I guess, is subjective. It is very interestingly geeky, I guess, when you can tell what sculpting medium it is from the finished product. But yeah, anyway. We have Lizzie. Hello, Lizzie. Good morning. We have Kimberly. Hi, Libby. Hello. How's it going? Lahara Dalu. Hello. Hopefully I said that right. Yeah, so I've got stuff. It's so funny too because I've been working on this sculpture and I'm doing it in epoxy. So it's less forgiving than some mediums, but depending on what I'm doing, I quite like epoxy just because it kind of harkens back to my customizing days when I was doing more drastic customs than I was any sort of resin anything. Oh, the days. The simpler days. Sometimes that's nice, but yeah. And my epoxy is old as heck. So it's Magic Sculpt that I prefer to work with, and they don't even date it, which they should, because that would be nice. This is probably as old as COVID because I ordered crap tons thinking that we weren't going to be able to get supplies for a while, which was true. We couldn't, and everything went up. So technically it was smart in a way, but now it's so old that, and I had so much of it that it cures pretty nearly instantaneously. So I have to soak it and get all the gunk off of it. It's still good. You can still work with it. It just gives you a very short window to work with it, which is, I mean, it makes you sculpt faster. So there's that. I'd like to order some new stuff just so that I can spoil myself with having time to do the stuff. It's actually not too bad because I can do pretty big sections depending on what I'm up to. Sometimes even just an eyeball will take the whole set time, but depends on what it's going on. We have Michelle. Good morning, Michelle. Holly, hello. More peaks of the new sculpture. I don't know that I can do that. You say it perfectly. Haha. Thank you very much. Holly, hi. Love your happy personality in your videos so much. They brighten my day. Oh, I'm so glad. It's more fun to be me, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of, I have moments where I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I need more coffee and I'm studio troll, but it is nice because we have such a good hobby and it's so fun and I get to do what I love. So can't be sad all the time, right? You gotta have like bright, happy, fluffy, hobby good, fun stuff. See, too much coffee means my brain works too fast. All right. I did get some stuff in the mail. I have stickers from Paint Pony Studios. This is, I'm a little behind everybody else, so you've probably seen the newer ones, but this is Duchess. Duchess is a black Overo spotted draft, almost purple in color, which is kind of fun. So that's Paint Pony Studios and has a drip of water on it. Thankfully, these stickers are waterproof on the top part, at least, in matte finish. And then the print, no wax seal this time, but they probably get hard to stick in envelopes and ship around places because they make the envelopes thicker. So there's that. I did have the stickers for everybody's stuff is starting to arrive from the Medallion Club. So the medallions and the stickers and all that good stuff. I did peek the sticker for I was going to say 2026. That's where we're way too ahead of ourselves this morning. My brain is in the future. For August. So August sticker. Pardon my typing. August sticker. I get so excited when I talk about ponies too. It's like the perfect combination. And art supplies and anything else I happen to be geeking out about. So works out, I think. All right. So I need to be on this page anyway. You guys, this might. Nope. Don't do the thing. Oh, it's going to do the thing anyway. Okay, I'll share my screen. So I peeked that there is the new sticker coming for August, and this is going to have a glow in the dark effect because God, I'm sorry. I don't know how to adjust that. It's really loud on my end. And now it's not going to work. There we go. So this is the Unicorn Patronus because I had to do a Patronus. This has actually been a sketch that I've had in the background that I wanted to finish. It was a concept for something else that I was working on, and I just couldn't get over myself. I was like, oh my God. And the world is very chaotic, as we know, especially right now. We tend not to try to get into the political crazy because it's very divisive. So we're talking about like energy and that sort of thing instead. And there's been a lot of like heavy, dark, blah, right? We all know it. It's been around. And I myself battle with anxiety and depression and perfectionism and neurodivergent, blah, 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 right? So life can get really challenging sometimes. So I wanted to put this one out because a Patronus is a protector, right? It is a force of light and energy and is summoned in a form that you resonate with. And it's kind of like a guardian protector. And I've done this kind of theme before. I did the guardian sticker. Some of my work has been about the journey that I went through with cancer. So Juggernaut fighting the cancer, and then biter, ankle biter, and kind of that fear of recurrence and that always being on edge. And it's not been uncommon in my work because the artist seeps through into the artwork, right? Even if it's ponies. And so a Unicorn Patronus, I've always had this vision of like the magic lifting the hair and kind of a Miyazaki feel where it's just, there's that, I don't even know how to explain it because I do the feel thing, right? Like I sculpt what I feel, and it's sometimes hard to make the feel into the words, but like the magic lifting the hair, and it's just, something's really full of energy and intensity and magic and meaning and oomph. I don't have a better word for it. When it's like, right? Her eyes are glowing. There's that internal brightness that's seeping out. Can't say that on the stream. I was going to say out of her orifices, but that's a weird way to put it. Out of the eyes and the nostril, and like the feet are glowing, and I don't know. I really enjoyed this. Hopefully some of you do. It's going to be on a glow effect sticker, so all the really light parts will glow. That should be very, very cool. And then it can be your little protector too, because I think for a lot of us, the unicorn resonates. And yeah, it's kind of fun. So hopefully you're enjoying that. Let me see. Jerry and Teresa, hi, welcome. It's been a long time for Jerry, at least. Hi, and Teresa. Hopefully, you're having a better day today. Holly, is it too late to join the sticker club? Anybody that joins from now to the end of the month can get this sticker. And then people that are in the medallion club, if you're not in the upgraded one, I might order a couple of extras. But I'll put out maybe a email and ask, and then I can order kind of the appropriate amount if you want to add it on, I guess. You will go there. It is all the hair. It's also like magic hair. Come on, it's me. It's magic glowing hair. I don't even understand. So yeah, that's should be really fun. And then I had to do the whole video thing where it's like kind of appearing out of the darkness, and then the video messed up in the middle and blip back in, but it works. It's just me trying to figure out how to edit videos. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So that's the sticker for this month. I do have the medallion pretty well done for next month. And it is a little bit more of a fantastical spin for, it's kind of our Halloween box in a way. Doing a bit of a different take on something mythological. And that is all I can tell you, because that is actually a pretty big peek, sneak. I don't even know. See, now my brain's not working. It's a pretty big, like, hint. That is the word I have been searching for. I have been searching for the hint. So it's a pretty big hint considering how early in the game technically we are, and it's going to suck to not reveal it to you guys before now. This is why I work on so many things in the background, but I can't tell you about all the things because some of them are advanced club stuff, some of them are other projects, some of them are sculptures I can't tell you about yet, that sort of thing, right? Hey, secret projects. So it makes it hard. I never used to be good at secrets, and now Breyer had to beat me into submission because you're not allowed to talk about any of the stuff that you do for them. So it was like, I'm just dying on the inside trying to tell people about stuff I can't tell them about. Hopefully you feel me. So we have Teresa saying hair. Jerry? Oh, I made you jump. I'm sorry. I'm trying to like modulate the thing. Should I email you if I didn't receive the secret code for the mini club? Yes, please. Send me an email and I will get that sorted for you. I have some content that should be uploaded to the site fairly soon here too. So that'll be kind of cool. Showing you how undercuts work on a mold and how to make a medallion mold and stuff like that. Then we're working into the full 3D molds of Zipone, which she's got a very interesting little insert. This one's like straight out of the mold. It still has all the flashing on it, which I'll just brush off because my brain's like, do the thing. There's a weird part to her mold that sits behind her tail that we did in an interesting way, so that'll be kind of neat to show you guys. And a lot of it's theory on, you finished that already? He's like, I'm gonna go have a nap. Bye, Dash. Bye. He's just looking at me. I was like, okay. So a lot of it's theory. You gotta, when you're doing molds, medallions aren't too bad, but when you're doing a 3D mold, you have to wrap your brain around how undercuts work and how the mold pieces go together, stuff like that. So to the best of my ability, I'm gonna try and teach you how that works in the physics. We're gonna put on our science hats and do that thing. So that'll be kind of cool. And it's taking a lot more editing than I had originally anticipated. Editing. It's not my forte. I enjoy it when I can hyperfixate on it and kind of get into it, but it is all encompassing. So wow. Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Happy for everything you can't speak about. Hopefully all the secrets are enjoyed. It is always challenging to not be able to. I just want to be like, here's all the things, but can't do that. And it's kind of more fun to release things here and there. And then I can, like with the sticker, I can kind of present it in a way that it's a little bit more fun than just like, here's photos. Because this is my stream of consciousness. It's like my stream of artiness. Lizzie, my sassy girl, arrived yesterday. Yay! The first of the ponies are finally arriving. So Betty Boops and her little kittens. I am going to paint up a couple of these so you guys can see what they look like when they have paint on them. I have a couple primered, and why? My directional brain is not working because this is mirrored. Primered and ready to go. Speaking of primer and ready to go, I have been painting a few things. So I've got a Betty Boops going in a kind of light palomino. I might end up putting some dapples in there. I was just kind of laying out her color. This isn't probably the best idea of her color because my light setup's a little bit weird. She's got a little star, got a big snip, and then the Tobiano markings, which I was having fun with. So I have some very cool references that I found for the Pinto markings. There's nothing on this side for her Pinto markings just yet, so I'm gonna work on that soon. It's been so hard not to paint her eyeballs because I really wanted to just jump in there. I actually started her with a base of Tamiya gray primer. You can kind of see that it's not white primer like on her tail there. And it changed the tone of the color quite nicely. I didn't want her to be too bright and golden. I wanted there to be a little bit of a tone to it. And I'm quite liking the direction that color is going. So we'll see this hopefully evolve and develop. And then I got to pick the color for her little kitten because so cute. Because everybody needs a little butt loaf, right? Shouldn't have been called sweet pea, should have been called butt loaf, because why not? Now it is a floor butt loaf. Kitten on the floor. So yeah, I worked on that. And then finally, after you guys saw my prepping nightmare that was all the bubbles that were in this guy's mane, this is the Peter Stone Pebbles version of the cob that I sculpted for them. And you guys picked by popular vote by a lot. This is the smoky black pearl Tobiano, which is a crazy color. I don't normally do crazy dilutes and pearls and double dilute, whatever the heck. And it's been an adventure. So he does need the pinking in his face. It's got a little bit of tone there, but not quite to the pink level that they get when they are that color. So that's kind of fun. And then the Tobiano pattern, the original image. Let me pop it up on screen here if I can find it quick for you guys. There have been so many things. So many things. I have so many references in here. Like, oops. Scrolly. Not finding it. Scrolly. Goodness gracious, where did it go? Should be here. What a crazy. Okay. Apparently I can't find it. So it was a little bit more of a minimal Tobiano. I've changed the markings a little bit to suit the mold a little bit better. I do have references for this guy's color, and it's very, very cool. So he should be fun. And then his other side, which I haven't shown off yet, there's a little bit of a Tobiano mark right here. And then his pattern crosses the hip a little bit, but really nothing down here, and then a little bit on the legs. So he doesn't have a lot going on that side. And that was the actual reference of the horse from both sides. And then I have two you have not seen yet. So Brownwin, I think, is the name of this one. Canyon Creek Studios. This is more traditional unicorn colored. You can actually see, if it will let me focus, it's a shaded white gray, like typical unicorn color, but what you're not really going to be able to see very well on the screen is the mother of pearly purple, blue, green kind of color shift that really makes the coat magical. And I'm going to probably add some pops of color in the hair, a little bit more shading. I did try and airbrush this one, so I tried to get into the eye and the nose, which is challenging. I was using the new 0.45 nozzle, the titanium nozzle and needle set that I have for my Harder and Steenbeck Infinity, which seemed to work pretty good. Like, to get that tiny little eyeball, like, that is my nail. That is the eyeball. Oops. Focus. 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 This is what my brain does all day. It is like, nope, I will not. Here you go. So you can see how tiny that is. It's not the tiniest micro that there ever was, but still pretty tiny. But I definitely wanted to do at least one of these because I got two. One is more of a traditional unicorn kind of color. So I've been playing with that. And then I have Aura in the Flea Bit Gray that I'm going to put up for probably auction at some point. I did use the Stephanie Blaylock tutorial for this one. It does have an eye now, if the camera will let me focus on the eyeball. Some nice soft fate. Coffee? Too much. Not enough? Not sure. Does have some nice shading in the face. I'm going to add some tones to the mane and the tail. Starting to get there. You can see there's a little bit of a fade to that kind of creamy color that they get. And then all the little flea bits in the body, some shading in the body. Super cute. So she'll be up at some point. This one has a home, but it is a gray, dapple gray. Kind of a younger-ish dapple gray. Kind of fun to see the differences that color makes on a mold. A little bit of an older, more refined gray, a little bit of a younger, more spry gray. Kind of cool. And I ended up buying these nail files because I like using them for hooves. It's kind of like you can get in there and really, it's like a rasp, basically. I quite enjoy the experience of it for whatever reason. They seem to be a good tool for that. And I ordered these ones. They are the wrong texture and my brain can't handle it. So now they're basically popsicle sticks for painting things on. Micros, because that's exactly what this one's sitting on, is a nail file with double-sided tape. And then same as these guys, just stuck to there. So that's kind of cool. So I've been giving the airbrush a little bit of a workout, which has been kind of fun. And I do have some other medallions on sticks that I will be hopefully getting paint on sometime soon here. So that's kind of fun. Lizzie's like, that Finn, I'm gonna fight for him. He's gonna be up at some point. I'm gonna hopefully be able to finish him. There's more red tones in the mane that I need to add. Let's see if I can find that comparison photo. This guy. He's like, I want to play with my monkey. So that was the original reference. So you can see how there's some really cool, like, fiery red tones that are coming through in the mane, and how he's got a little bit of that going on. But I'll be adding a little bit more just to amp it up. And you can see how minimal the Tobiano was on him there. I know you want to play with your monkey when I'm done the stream. And then you can see how I changed him. So the lighting isn't going to show off the color the best, but you can see at least the pattern. And then he'll have all those lovely red tones in the mane. He's got some of it close, but we're getting there. So super fun. I will. Tamiya for primer is good. I quite like it. The only downside is it has a little bit of a solvent base to it, which makes it bond to the horse really well. It can be a little reactive, so you have to make sure that it doesn't like being put on, say, collectas or anything that has softener in the plastics. So if it's rubbery, stay away. Or seal it with something first. So this will bond quite nicely. It does need about 12 hours to 24 hours to set before it's really super sandable. Otherwise, it just gets gunky. It's not 100% cured. So it's more of a finishing primer, I'd say, than it is a prepping primer. And it can go on a little bit thin. You can get the the really fine surface version of it. Works really well, but it does go on super thin. Great for micros, but if you're trying to hide any imperfections in the finish or smooth things out, it's not good for that at all. And you definitely need to give it the cure time. Squeakity, squeakity, squeak. I know. He loves his monkey and he's so gentle. He still has squeaky toys from when we adopted him. It was October 7th last year. So we are 2 months shy. He's been here for 10 months. And he'll just play by himself. He'll be like, I'm going to throw my monkey around. And it's actually missing an arm-leg combo because he pulled it out. But he didn't wreck it. He didn't break it. He's just going to keep squeaking. He's throwing it and staring at it. Nash, get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. He's got a big bark when he wants to. He's a very happy puppy. I know, look at that. Yeah, you're just that all. He always feels bad if he knocks anything over in the studio. He just knocked over some papers. Now he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. For a big dog, he's actually very cognizant of where his body is, which is kind of nice. A very happy puppy. Right? Happy puppy. Good boy. So yeah, I can't show you more pictures of the sculpture that I'm working on currently. Here is... I know, what you doing? That's a better picture of the color of the pony that I'm working on. So the Betty Boop's in kind of the Palomino. You can really see how the gray underneath kind of takes the intensity away and knocks back the vibrancy of the golden colors over top so that they're not super punch you in the face yellows. They're just a little bit more natural, which is kind of cool because technically underneath all of that golden fur, they have like a gray, black, darker skin tone, unless they have a white marking, in which case they have pink. So that's kind of the true color of, now he's pouting, the true color of the fin resin. And then this is the peak that I showed you guys of the thing I'm working on. And it isn't a medallion, it is a full sculpture. And I've been playing with using some cornstarch with getting the finish quite nice on the epoxy, which works out really well. I just keep a jar of it in the studio. And you can use it as kind of a final polish. It keeps it from being sticky. It pulls the moisture out of it, and you can kind of get a nice polish on the surface. That's something that Laura Rocksmith was using for her stamping and armor and carousel decorations, and seems to work quite nicely. I quite enjoy playing with it. It's always nice to have different techniques that you can throw in there. So with Magic Sculpt, I haven't used it with Abe's Epoxy Sculpt, but I'm assuming that it works fairly similarly. It just gives you the ability to smooth things out a little bit better, because I know some people get to that finishing stage and then it's all lumpy and you're like, I hate my life. And then when you go to prep it later, you hate your life even more. So this is fairly obvious, I guess, but shoulder and neck muscles and some wrinkles, because we need wrinkles. I will let you guys guess the breed, but we are not going to confirm or deny what that's looking like right now. Oh, look, I said I was going to go live and I did. There's me live. So yeah, that's been what I've been up to in the studio. Katie's here. Hi, Katie. I don't think... I can show you this. There is a disembodied hoof that belongs to that same horse. Dun, da, da, da. Like the whole... I'm not going to show you the rest of the leg because it'll hint at things. But I have a hoof. So it is... I guess that gives scale away. At least on this particular project. So that'll be fun when I get it done for you guys. I'm going to show more peaks hopefully soon here, because it's coming along quite nicely. And I think it is of an energy that I enjoy, because I sculpt by the feels. So it is the feels. I did want to show you guys the Amazon deal that I found. Un momento, s'il vous plaît. Because we need more fire hearts in our life. And Briar's going to make me spend all my money on fire hearts. So, this is the Briar Brilliance Stablemate set. It's up for, it's got, oh wow, the Django. It has the, what are you even doing? It's got the Django. You can just see his head right here. The Django, the Darwin, the Fireheart, who's in a holographic finish, which is very cool. And then the little guy, the mini Winter Song Mercurio. I can't remember what they called him. But anyways, so on the Briar website, this is up for $25. I think it's $25.99 or $24.99 or $95 or something like that. So like $25. Amazon has it on for $17, which is a pretty good deal. So I ordered mine on the 14th. Should be here soon. It is the American Amazon that I'm seeing the deal on, which is, what are you even doing? And I had to pay import fees. So for me, it was a little bit more expensive, but still not the $60 the Briar would have charged me to ship it here. So that's kind of nice. Why are you pushing your bed? No, he's just being trouble. So that's the link to the Brilliant set on Amazon that I'll post there for you guys. It's a pair of Berta Chunky Mustangs. Maybe. I'm not going to confirm or deny anything. With saying, Lizzie saying, not screaming drafty, but guessing Mustang. Katie says Nash. And then, please God, it's Le Icelandic Pony. Maybe. It is actually kind of fun that the Briar theme is mid-summer. Wait, is that it's like Norse, Icelandic. What is the theme? Oh my god, why is my brain doing this? It's like midsummer something. I want to get it right. So Briarfest 2026. Goodness gracious. What are you doing? Midsummer Fair. Ha ha ha. Which happens to have a firestorm in the logo, which is super cool. So for Midsummer Fair, it's going to be a mixture of a whole bunch of stuff, including Icelandics. So I'm like ahead of the bar. I don't get any pre-information about this stuff, so it's kind of cool that it lined up that way. So we will see how this goes. Did I get the sea glass guy? I have not gotten the sea glass guy yet. So I was going to order him with the Second Chance Briarfest stuff, and they sold out of the ponies that I was looking for. So I did not order anything. So I'll wait until they come into stores locally, because our shipping and all the tariff stuff, it's just insane. So if somebody happens to have an extra sea glass guy in the Fireheart, I'll bring him up to, if I pull up C, it should work, right? This guy, because he's super cool looking. That is in the Gems of the Ocean gift set, which comes with a Sharif, the Croy in purple, which is very pretty, actually. That's a really pretty color with glitter in their mane. And then the... Was in his name Prince or something? I can't remember. He's in pink. And then the Sharif in green. But sea glass blue. It's a requirement. So yeah, you can see this one's $20 for this set. If I just put in Brilliance, they want $24.99, $17 on Amazon. And for me, with the shipping, I can't. $40 to ship it. It is like $40 to $60 to ship it on top of that. So I had to do Amazon. Sorry, Briar. But holographic pony. Super cool. So I will get eventually the sea glass one. It'll just take a little bit of time. And yeah, they'll come into stores around here soon. They just released them on the Briar site not too long ago, along with the really pretty classic Arab mare. Where are we? What is new? She's so pretty. Look at her. It looks like they retooled the face maybe because she's got a really crisp eye there. Unless that's just the sample, but she looks quite nice. Pretty lady. Pretty lady. Yeah, they have lots of cool stuff on the site. And then we've been seeing the let me get out of this guy. We've been seeing the chase pieces for the Tractor Supply. So, Tractor Supply blind bags. This is one of the chase pieces. Somebody was calling it cranberry, which is kind of cute. It's kind of cranberry color. That's a glossy cranberry-ish resist dapple. And then these, what seems to be the more rare chase is very cool. Oh, we also had Rowan released. So that's the pony version. Somebody posted comparison. There we go. Comparison photos for size. So she is quite small, a little bit smaller than Astrid. This is the mare version. The braided version is the mare version. You can see she's definitely a little bit smaller than Astrid, and Astrid is quite small. So is Bouncer. That's her with Totulus. Very, very cute little mold, though. And quite a cute little face. Lips kind of pulled more into a performance kind of feel. These are the regular run versions of the TSC bags. So there's the Irish Sport Horse. There's the little fell pony, my brain, Emma. This is the Tennessee Walking Horse in Fleabit Gray. So he's quite cute. He's quite well shaded. The little golden pony is quite adorable too. Little Roan version of the Pasafino. Then we have done on the mini Smart Check and black Overo on the Indian pony. Now the super rare chase is really cool because they don't do this very often. It is a clear wear. Pardon my scrolling. This one was on sale too. It is no longer on sale. And the Love and Hope on the same mold with the baby in the rainbow is also no longer on sale. They are done with that for whatever reason. Because they can't just have it forever. That's her on her offside. Big stretch through that side. Oh, come on. Where is it? Goodness gracious. And it does kind of remind me of the Dan Van Hold Your Horses kind of clear wear. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was a faux F at first. Come on. Where'd it go? Where are you? Yeah, these ones were on sale for a steal of a deal at $15, but they are no longer. There is the long mane version. He's quite cute from the front. Look at that face. I like how Nash is like, I have given up. I'm going to go hang out with the lizard now. Long mane there. So this one's the stallion version, Highland pony. The other one is more German riding pony. Darn it! I don't want to make you guys all dizzy from there. It is. So you can kind of see why I was like, oh, that's a Hold Your Horses, but it is on the I can't ever remember the name of this mold. Somebody help my brain. Anyway, very cool, deco-y. I love the color scheme on this actually, and it is super fun. Clear wear, something. Mercutio? Now my brain's reciting like Romeo and Juliet. But anyways, you can kind of see where I'm getting at from the look of it. It looks like the Hold Your Horses clear wear stuff. I don't know. We had lots of colors, like these kind of colored toys when I was young. You get it at like Easy Street or Chuck E. Cheese and be able to win it at places like that. So I'm glad it's coming back because I love it. Murado. Thank you, Andrea. I never remember it, but whatever. Welsh Cob. I think it was supposed to be Highland Pony, and then I can't remember what the other one was. Cob, maybe? But yeah, that's the thing. So thankful that I'm safe from this TSC run. Other than this one's quite cute, but the mold's not my favorite. So it's a cool color, but I don't know. Do I chase the chase just to chase it? We don't have technically Tractor Supplies up here anyways. They've closed the Canadian equivalent, and the Canadian equivalent hadn't had Briars in a long time, or at least the one close to me. So I don't think we're going to be able to get them up here, but that's okay. I don't necessarily need all the Briars. I don't need all the chase pieces, but it's so tempting. And then maybe there's a super rare, but we haven't seen any pop up, so that's the thing. So yeah, that has. I'm glad that there's no Fireheart in this set because they need to give me a break because there's the sea glass one in a big set, and then there's the other one in the big set. Yeah, they don't like taking it easy on my pocketbook, and I suffer with you guys. So in case you feel bad, they don't send me these, so I have to go buy them myself. Lizzie says, I need the fell pony, but I don't need the chases. Last year was enough trying to get the purple trotter. I bet. It's like they put in some really cool stuff. Like I really like this clearwear idea that they've thrown in there because I think that could be quite popular if they do that more and throw in something that's a little bit crazy. Yeah, kind of neat. So that's kind of what's been going on with Briar. They picked their names for the hoof beats and maple treats, but I don't think we've actually seen the models, which is kind of strange at this point. I imagine that there might be something going on with the shipping and the tariffs, stuff like that. Maybe they're pivoting to doing the models for that event in-house or something. Who knows? So, don't know. I didn't enter. I wasn't picked. I wasn't invited. So I have no idea who's going to be there. That's also on the other side of the country. Like I am West Coast. They are going to the east. Well, I'm not West Coast. I'm on the other side of the mountains, but like way more west. And then they're way, way, way east, like where my in-laws live. So that is fun. So yeah, I won't be there, but that's okay. Hopefully everybody who's drawn has fun. Hopefully the models are awesome. Should be interesting to see what comes up with that. We should be seeing their Halloween stuff fairly soon. They did peak something that was purple, I think, in their Collector Club newsletter. So we'll see what that is when it comes out. We normally see in around this time, late August, we'll see the releases for Halloween. And then as time goes, more and more stuff. So it's kind of fun. Lizzie says, I heard we don't get to see them until the first day of the event. What? It's always been previewed before. Am I crazy? Am I going crazy? Well, okay. Reframe that. I am crazy. Am I going more crazy? Are they breaking the pattern? So yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. That, I guess, is more excitement because then it's like, ooh, what's going to happen? Are they going to be crazy models? Nobody knows. Hopefully there's no Fireheart, so shouldn't be there. He's not a performance horse, so nobody knows. I will cry. You will see me actively cry if they do that to me. So they are not necessarily nice to their artists. They just torture us constantly with all these, oh, here's a release you can't have, like Quadraga. I can't have him. So yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, that is about all I had for you guys for today. I'm not going to show you any additional peeks of the new sculpture just yet, but there are things that are happening in the background that hopefully will get to be peeked soon. I'm still aiming for some sort of sale next month for September, probably later in the month, depending on how things go. I'd like to have some sticker packs, some medallion packs that'll be really good deals. And I have another thing that I want to do that's special for you guys, but I can't talk about it just yet because I need to get some more things in a row. My ducks need to be in a row and they need to be behaved. And then we can do the things. So yeah, that should be fun. All right, on that note, I will let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm going to work on this sculpture for you, as well as cleaning a whole bunch of resins. I cast a whole bunch of bombuses and Betty Boops, so I'll be cleaning those and sending those off. Some of you have your tracking for Tuesday. they'll be going out then. And then I will be sending more of them later in the week, and we'll go from there. If you wanted to adopt a Aura Araby or a Betty Boops pony, the uncolored versions for now, they're still up on the website if you're interested. They will be up until their editions run out. So if you want to add one of those to your collection, you're more than welcome to. They are on the website. And I should be pretty caught up with, Betty Boop's shipping right away here. There are time payments available on Betty Boops. And if you want to buy medallions and you need time payments, let me know. I can probably do that. And club members get discounts. So extra bonus. All right. Hyperfixation of the week. What was I even hyperfixated on? So last week it was airbrushing techniques. And then this week, actually, it's been a little bit of an off-sided hyperfixation. There is... this book. Let me... Boop. So this is Mastermind. It's a series. There's 2 of the books out. Stephen Kelleher is the author, and very, very like unknown author, been on Reddit, done some stuff in the past, and it's very cool. So it's about like based on a RPG world, kind of like if you liked Ready Player One, it's kind of like that in some senses. It's playing a virtual reality game, and he was playing a superhero, and it's a superhero villain kind of VR setup. Was playing a villain or a superhero, and then his ultimate hero basically killed him and was doing a whole bunch of shady stuff in the background, and covering its tracks, which is kind of sketchy. So then he ends up coming back as a villain character and trying to redeem his previous character and kind of righting the wrongs in the world, but from the villain's point of view, which is interesting because then the villains become the heroes. And normally I'm not into that kind of shift if it has that dark tint on it, but this is really cool. It's kind of a little bit more psychological than some other books that I've read, and it's on Audible, so I'm listening to it. I'm not actually reading it. I am reading my Brandon Sanderson book, which is very good. But this is just, it's a little bit more gripping in kind of that psychologically like interesting way, because the main character, his ability, they each have their own superpowers that they're assigned within the game, and his ability, this isn't technically spoilers, his ability that he's assigned is like influence, which is, and like his own charisma is how he is going to right the wrongs, which is very, very interesting. And he's still very much a hero character. Just it's so cool. So yeah, if you like that sort of thing, it's got a little bit of a moral twist to it. It's well received. Like it's 4.1 on Goodreads, and most of the ratings on Amazon are really good. Very, very unknown author though, so that's always kind of fun and exciting when you can discover somebody who's doing really cool stuff. So if you are bored and like that sort of thing, check out, if you really liked Ready Player One, and any sort of like, even, well, yeah, it's got a cool feel to it. Almost, you can definitely see the influences of modern day superhero culture on it, and not in a super corny kind of way. So I'm really enjoying it. There are 2 books in the series. It is one of 2, and the second one is available, so you're not going to be left high and dry. I have not finished the first one. I'm about halfway through and really like it. So I've been enjoying this and like listening to it while I'm casting and stuff. It's delightful. It's a delightful, refreshing take, and I quite enjoy it. So he's got another, let's see, another book called Sword Punk. Saving Soul, which is kind of, I haven't read it yet, but it's also well received and rated. And then that's the second version of the Titan Online, which is Immortal. So I'm going to enjoy the first one and the second one, and then maybe move on to Sword Punk, because I don't know, cyberpunk's totally a thing. Sword Punk sounds cool. So we'll see how that goes. I quite like his writing style, so it was kind of a fun little find. He did have a cool letter on Reddit that I found. He wrote R.A. Salvatore, who's a very famous kind of fictional writer, and the take on it was very cool because he, in the letter, kind of said, "Oh, I'm coming up, and I'd like to know what suggestions you have for me as a writer, and then maybe one day we'll be competing writers and authors." And R.A. Salvatore wrote back and he said, "Here's some advice for you, and thank you so much for writing me and being inspired by my books, and it's high praise to be considered among these authors that you mentioned." He's like, but saying that we are competing, that isn't right. He's like, we are all contributing to this environment and enriching it. Each voice is its own tone, right? We're all or we're not competing, we're contributing. We're adding to the collective orchestra of this particular genre, right? And I just love that spin on it, that it's not a competitive environment, that everybody's voice is just adding to the depth and richness of it all. So I thought that was super cool. It was a really neat take. And that kind of was like, nah, I don't know. I was reading some stuff and I just liked his voice a little bit. So made me read the book. That was kind of cool. So if you like it, definitely give it a try, because I'm really enjoying this, and it seems like other people have too. So I don't know, kind of fun. And if you're just driving along, I think the audiobook's 17 hours, something like that. So definitely worth checking out if fantasy and superhero kind of stuff is your jam. I enjoy it myself. I also really quite like the what's it called? Shoot. Why does my brain not movie in your mind? Oh my god. Graphic Audio. Graphic Audio is a company that does audio versions of different books. It's a little bit more retro-y in how their stuff is set up. You were able to order tapes and pick these up in gas stations at one point, but now you can just get it on an app. And they do a lot of cool books by well-known artists, and they do a lot of comic books, which is also very cool. What am I even doing? I'm clicking on things. But it's all acted out with sounds. They do Brandon Sanderson's work. He's right here. Stormlight Archive, Elantris. I love Elantris. It's so good. All sorts of cool stuff. I was the Brent Weeks trilogy that I listened to on here as well. Warbreaker is also another Brandon Sanderson book that's really good. He's done Spider-Man and Batman books that I really enjoy, or they, all with the sound effects. So it's like they call it a movie in your mind because they have all that stuff going on, which is kind of cool. So if you like that sort of thing, a little bit more involved, sometimes it's hard to focus, especially if you have ADHD. But if there's sound effects and different voices, it's easier. The person that reads the Mastermind book that I recommended, it does a really good job of all the different voices, like really good also, which helps tremendously. So yeah, super fun. Anyway, and I have a Audible subscription, so I was like, well, technically it's free. It's just a credit there I paid for, so why not? Books, brains, love it. All right, well, on that note, that's my hyperfixation. Like more psychological, twisty, turny brain things, because I need that stretch while I prep, particularly because cleaning resins is not the best thing for my brain. So yeah, that's been me. Hopefully you've had a good week. Hopefully you continue to have an awesome week next week. And I will see you next Sunday, most likely on normal time, 10:30-ish. And hopefully I'll have more peaks for you. All right. Love you guys. See you later. Don't feed the trolls. Always do feed the things that you want to grow and focus and reward the things that you want more of. If you want to see more drama, then pay attention and feed the drama. If you want to see more awesome people creating art, then feed that. It's the currency of your attention and your time and your being that should be expensive, and you should spend it wisely. All right. See you guys. Love you guys. Next time. Bye-bye.